You ever witness something so mind-boggling, so jaw-droppingly absurd? You kind of want to laugh, but also, throttle somebody. That's exactly how my day started, somewhere around 30,000 feet in the air, trapped in row 14, mid-air battlefield, fighting over, get this, a bright red weighted blanket. Yeah, you heard me. Not gold, not airline miles, just a blanket. But let me back up a sec. So I'm Luke Wilson, window seat, row 14, minding my business, hoping to get my sister Amy through this cross-country flight without drama. That's the mission. Sit, fly, hug. Our cousins at the end, right? Amy's got this anxiety thing, not the shouty movie kind, more like an invisible elephant on her chest, gets heavier as boarding time gets closer. Her lifeline is this fire engine red-weighted blanket. Costs more than I'd ever pay for a blanket, but for her it's like a personal thunder shirt. And hey, it works. Now, as soon as we hit the boarding line in strolls the main character, Karen Lucan. You know the type, she's got expensive beige, a haircut so sharp you could use it to julienne carrots, and a cell phone call loud enough to drown out a jet engine. She's barking about bread artisanal gluten who ruined what, like she's running a Michelin star kitchen and not, about to climb into a flying metal tube with the rest of us mortals. Anyway, we get to the gate and she cuts in line so smoothly it's almost impressive. The gate agent just sighs. I do that thing where you make accidental eye contact with a stranger and we share that silent, is this real life moment? Meanwhile, Amy's whispering her grounding mantra, touching denim metal, her phone, that blanket still tucked away. 5 things she can see, 4 she can touch, 3 she can hear. I can't blame her. We finally board. Guess whose suitcase is taking up all the overhead bin space? Beige, naturally. Mr. Pike, a tweed jacket guy who turns out to be a history teacher, suggests she turn it upright so there's room for others. She gives him a death stare and claims it has glass. Pike just shrugs. So does the airplane. We cram our bags 2 rows up. Amy finally exhales. For about 90 seconds, things are normal. Then Karen leans over, invading personal space like she's auditioning for TSA. Excuse me, where did you get that? She's eyeing Amy's red blanket like she just spotted a Louis Vuitton at a thrift shop. Amy mumbles, "It's hers from home." Karen scoffs. "It's airline property. First-class amenity, obviously." I try to keep things civil, explain it's a personal medical item, but she's not buying. Don't be absurd. It matches the crew's accents. Then out of nowhere, she reaches her talons, aiming right for Amy's blanket. I catch her wrist. "Do not touch my sister," I say. All calm gone from my voice. That's when Maya Brooks, the attendant, shows up cool as the other side of the pillow. She says our blankets are blue and whisper thin. I add medical comfort item. Maya nods. Also known as none of your business. Karen tries for the Oscar, but I'm freezing. Maya not missing a beat. I can adjust the temperature, get you a hot tea, maybe find a spare airline blanket. Or, you can stop reaching for someone else's stuff. Karen denied morphs into the victim. She's got this talent for flipping between aggressor and poor me that you gotta almost respect. She tells Maya they've stolen a first-class comfort blanket. I was only trying to use it. Amy's shrunk down so far in her seat she's basically a turtle. But Maya's not fooled. "Ma'am, that's not airline property and please mind personal space." Boom line in the sand. Karen shuts up, but she's seething. You know when you can just feel someone plotting, that's her now. Plane takes off, Amy's podcast is on. I try to read, but Karen's huffing and fidgeting like she's in a Victorian novel dying of the cold. Then she starts whispering to me. That blanket is probably full of germs. Unsanitary to bring things from home. I tell her it's cleaner than the tray table probably shouldn't have, but hey, patience is finite at altitude. I decide to swap seats with Amy. Put myself between her and the dragon in 14C. Karen watches the shuffle like we're smuggling contraband. She tries another round. "You're hiding the blanket from me." I just tell her I'm trying to read. She sighs. Shivers, puts on a show, so cold in this airplane. Theatrics all for the audience. Then my moment of petty genius, I ask Maya for a ginger ale, get the world's tiniest napkin and hand it to Karen. "You said you were cold. Please take this." She just stares at me, and across the aisle Mr. Pike almost chokes, laughing. "A blanket for ants," someone whispers behind us. Karen's face turns redder than Amy's blanket. If looks could kill, I'd be a ghost. That should have been the end, but embarrassed Karens are dangerous. Next up, turbulence, barely a bump. But she weaponizes it. She accidentally spills her water right on my arm and on Amy's blanket. Amy wakes. Karen turns up the drama, dabbing at me with her napkin. If you hadn't switched seats, this never would have happened. Now the blanket's ruined. She starts raising her voice. People start filming. Maya rushes in with towels. Karen tries to escalate, pressing her call button like it's an air raid siren. At this point, Maya's writing up a misconduct notice. The captain is notified, and Karen, still undeterred, stands up, ignoring the seatbelt sign. Sit, Maya snaps. Karen lunges hand out for Amy's blanket. Ben Ford, the military vet behind us, half stands. Ma'am, don't create paperwork. But Karen shoves me hard. The entire row gasps. Phones catch the moment Amy yells my name, and Mr. Pike bellows, "That's enough. It's no longer a spat, it's assault, plain and simple." Maya and Ben step in, the police are called, and Karen realizes she's done for. Her story crumbles as passengers back us up, video evidence flying everywhere. Maya tells her, "You're being relocated." Karen refuses, crosses her arms. Maya calmly says, "Defy the crew, you meet law enforcement at landing. Or worse, we divert and that bill is on you." Karen finally grudgingly starts to gather her stuff, but the captain's voice cuts in final dissent. She sits back down, buckles in the battle for the seat not quite over. Landing is tense. The air feels thick. When the wheels hit the ground, the captain comes on. Remain seated. Do not stand. Karen, vibrating with fury, waits maybe half a second before unbuckling and lunging for Amy's blanket, one last desperate try. I block her. Ben stands, hands on her shoulders. "That's enough, ma'am." The police board the plane, calm as saints. Karen's dragged out, face beat red, all fight gone. Passengers quietly clap. Mr. Pike and Ben send their videos. The evidence is overwhelming. The aftermath. Karen's facing massive fines, no-fly lists, probably a starring role on some viral TikTok. Maya checks on us, tired but kind. "You did great," she says. "No, you did," I tell her. Amy thanks me, still clutching her blanket, safe, whole, strong. Walking out of that terminal, the air felt fresher, lighter. Karen tried to steal my sister's comfort, but all she got was a police escort and a legendary story told by half a plane. As for us, we kept our heads, our blanket, and a little faith that sometimes justice really does come through at 35,000 feet. Now here's what I want to know. What would you have done? Was it right to stand up, or should I have let it go? Where's the line between calm and confrontation? Drop your stories, your opinions, right down there in the comments. Ever dealt with a Karen at 30,000 feet or anywhere else? Let's hear it. And if you've got a sibling story or a petty revenge win, you better believe I want to read it. Because honestly, sometimes surviving the flight is just the beginning.